What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Wednesday, April 14th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman, so you can get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Bridges, Devontae Graham, and John Wall on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites, my top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. Buckle up for this one, everybody. Number 5, point guard eligible Ben Simmons. I could hear the groans from my seat. 7K, 38.4 fantasy point projection. The goal is 46. He's in the optimal lineup 21% of the time. I gave him 34 minutes, 1.13 fantasy points per minute. Let's be clear here. He might not have had a lot of fantasy points in the last game, but he was at a 1.15 fantasy point per minute rate before he left the game. They just didn't come back in because they smacked Dallas. He was playing to this rate right now. Wouldn't take all that much to push a little bit higher than that. So we're going straight back to it. 20% usage, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. They pace neutral spot against Brooklyn, and we have no idea who's going to be playing for this Brooklyn Nets team today. KD on a back-to-back? Probably not. Blake on a back-to-back? Probably not. Kyrie Irving, wherever he is, I have no idea. Ben Simmons should thrive in this matchup, and he should want to, but at 7K, I don't even really need him to want to. Next up at number 4, we're paying all the way up. Point guard eligible LUKA Doncic, 10,300, projected for 54. The goal is 58. He is in the optimal lineup 22% of the time. You know what you're getting out of LUKA Doncic here. I'm giving him 36 minutes, 1.5 fantasy points per minute, 36% usage, 30 points, 9.5 assists, 8 rebounds, and a slight pace-up spot against Memphis. Memphis playing a lot faster as of late. I just can't overthink it here. And we have a ton of value on this 11-game slate. So it's really easy to be paying up for the higher-end studs on the slate. So whether it's Luka or Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid, you're not going to have a hard time finding the money to get to these guys. But right now, Luka showing up in 22% of optimals, that's enough to get him to the number 4 spot. Now we're taking a little bit of a step up in tier. Number 3 shooting guard Bradley Beal. He is 8,500, projected for just north of 44. The goal is 52, and he is in the optimal lineup 26% of the time. Beal played 36 minutes the last time out, which means I think Scotty Brooks is just going to let him go back to his normal Bradley Beal ways. If that's the case, 36 minutes for Beal, 1.24 fantasy points per minute. You know you're getting usage, 30.5 real points, 4.5 boards, 4.5 assists, and a pace neutral spot against the Sacramento Kings, one of the worst defenses in the league, and their only actual good defensive center. Not going to be playing today. No Rashawn Holmes. You're either going to be getting Whiteside or Metu or Damian Jones. None of those things are going to help Sacramento all that much. So this spot looks fantastic. I think Beal and Westbrook will thrive. But Beal at 8,500, it's a no-brainer. Next up, number 2, we're going to the power forward spot, and we're getting $7,500 Christian Wood. He's projected for just shy of 42 fantasy points. The goal is 48. He will be in the optimal lineup 27% of the time. Look, this is a really nice spot for Wood in a pace-up matchup against Indiana. Likely no Miles Turner, but we shall see how that actually shakes out. It's certainly going to be better for Christian Wood to have Sabonis at center than Turner, so keep your eyes peeled for that. 34 minutes, just north of 1.2 fantasy points per minute, 25% usage. Just a baseline double-double, 22 and 10, 2.3 stocks. So in the best case scenario that you double that up, get to 4, that's a lot of fantasy points. And again, Indiana has been playing significantly faster as of late. I think every one of these signs point to a really nice matchup for Christian Wood, and a $7,500 price tag at power forward, not center. That's so helpful. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Then head on over to Twitter and follow me, at Josh Engleman. You guys got me over 18,000 followers yesterday. Kudos to you. I couldn't be happier. It's a really fun milestone for me to hit. Now we've got our eyes on that 20K mark. I cannot wait to get there. It's going to be a little bit, probably another 2 or 3 months, but don't worry, you'll hear from me on it. Anyway, then hop into this comment section. I need your like, your favorite contender. I need your dislike, your least favorite contender. And I need the contender that you think should be on this list. All right, this one was kind of a no-brainer to me. Small forward eligible, flat minimum salary, Caleb Martin is the #1 contender on today's slate. Projected for 25.5. The goal is 34. He's in the optimal lineup 28% of the time. I just don't see a way around this. Terry Rozier and PJ Washington, both status up in the air. I'm not expecting to see Terry Rozier, and I think that's the piece that matters most. In that case, Martin gets 29 minutes, 0.88 fantasy points per minute. He's actually a normal usage guy. I've got him in for 21% here. That's 12 points, 5 boards, 2.5 assists, 2 stocks. Now, it's a pace down spot against Cleveland, but it's not a very good Cleveland team in general. Caleb Martin will likely be a starter if Terry Rozier is out. And at 3,500, you're not going to find value that is better than that. Even if PJ Washington happens to get ruled in, I think that more affects the 4s and the 5s than it would affect Caleb Martin. So you just have to pay close attention to Terry Rozier's status. As of right now, it doesn't seem like Terry Rozier will be playing, which means that Caleb Martin is the #1 contender on FanDuel today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Wednesday, April 14th. There's a DraftKings version of this video around here. Check that out. Process show is in the books. We went for a full 90 minutes breaking down this 11-game slate. Go watch that. Laffy and I will be up on the strategy show today at 10 a.m. Come tune into that so I can gloat about beating him in our bet from yesterday. And then I will be on Live Before Lock tonight with Greg Ehrenberg from 6 to 7. So good luck tonight, everybody. I will catch you guys again tomorrow morning with another edition of the Contenders.